What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, hey, hey. All right, let's cut that off. What's happening, my people? What is going on? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin podcast, coming to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays with great conversations. I usually share my I will normally share my unfiltered opinion on some trending news, conversations, discussions, stuff that's trendy right now. Here and there, I might bring on some amazing guests as well, with some amazing stories that are needed to be spread out to the rafters, if you know what I mean. Because I feel like a lot of outlets don't give the right folks their flowers and the platform for them to continue to share their gifts. So I'm honored to provide my small platform with folks that have great stories here and there. Yeah. So this show is presented by Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. Hence this smooth, nice textured beard right here. Yes. So you thank them for the support of the Arrington Gavin podcast. I feel a little naked today, y'all, because normally I have my handy dandy live on air sign, my little neon light sign behind me, but I turned that thing on and it was not working. For those who watch this podcast on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, any digital outlet that you can think of where you can watch it. I always normally rock my little live on air neon light and just to try and help with a little bit of I'm gonna be jazzing up the scene. I'm gonna try and change up the look of the podcast for the 2024 year, but yeah, that thing wasn't working, man. I was like, wow. So I'm literally like back and forth with my lights because I'm like, is this too bright? I don't want to like blind the viewers, man. I don't want y'all to hate me and be like, look, I'm sending you my eye bill because your show blinded me because it was so bright. All right. I had to wear shades the whole time while I was watching your show. Your show need to have a disclaimer and requires some 3D lights. I mean 3D shades or something. but anyway, y'all, I'm always hyped just to kick back, sit down, just have a conversation. This is nothing scripted really. Just me having a conversation with you, the listener, the viewer, and those who are avid listeners and supporters of this show. I truly thank you. This is episode 47. Time goes by really fast, especially when you do like 3 shows a week, not including my weekly radio show in your city, which airs every Sundays at 12 p.m. WNSB Hot 91.1, the soul of EA. Just had to throw that plug in there, guys, because I do other things too. I do other things. But yeah, it is Monday. It was a hell of a week last week for me, y'all. I think for like the past 4 days, I think I went to like 5 or 6 different events. I know Thursday evening I went to support a good friend of mine who's an executive director of a popular foundation that's doing great things for the city of Portsmouth. I was at that Thursday evening. Friday evening, I debuted my I had my modeling debut and retirement all in the same night. Shout out to my boy Eric Castano of Castano Modafina. He had called me up and said, "Hey man, you mind helping out? Rocking some of my clothes." And I'm thinking it's just for a a photo shoot, right? He's like, "No, you're gonna be walking." I'm like, "Walking? I walk myself to the photo shoot, right?" "No, you mean walking?" He meant walking down the runway, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" First of all, I I have like mad stage fright, right? Well, especially in front of people. I'm a social butterfly, but that's one of my biggest fears is crowds. And that's why I always love just doing this right here because it's just me. I'm cooped up in a room by myself. Well, technically I'm talking to you the listeners, but in reality I'm by myself in my studio. Just that's all. Just me. Just I. Uh But I get somewhat nervous. So I'm like, whoa. So that's whole week. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I need to work out? What do I have the look? Do I know I'm short? Do I even fit the model type? Like I was just so, how do I walk? Do I walk this way? Do I walk this way? When I pose, am I gonna do am I gonna do pockets in, pockets out? It was stressful, people, but we did it. I say we because I had a support system, because I was nervous. My wife was like, "You gonna do good." My bro Eric said, "Man, you got this. You got this." And I overcame a fear and checked off something on my bucket list. And I retired that same night. I'm like, nope, this is not for me. But it was an experience. So it was at the annual Virginia Beard Festival, which is a popular event here in the Hampton Roads area. And again, shout out to Eric Castano, founder of Castano Modafina. Please check his clothing line out. It has like a Colombian flair to it. Great colors, great material. Suits is for men and women. So please put that in your notepad and just check them out on social media, the website, all that good stuff. What else happened? Okay, Saturday we do a recording for our radio show. Normally we pre-record our radio show, so we did that. And then later that night we went to the team, the In Your City squad. We went to an award show because we were nominated for for an award, best podcast at the 2023 Blensville Awards. Truly grateful, honored to be even considered as best podcast, because we're still a growing operation. We're still a growing platform. But we were very humbled the fact that someone recognized for our hard work, as far as content creators out there, because it's not easy trying to grow a podcast, especially a digital podcast on platform, social media, you name it. And we were in the company with so many heavy hitters. I mean, and then we check them out. They are killing it right now. They are some of my idols when it comes to podcasting. Wait Again Minute, they're another one of my mentors and idols I look up to. They have an awesome platform. I think Off the Wall podcast, just another podcast, was also nominated. Oh man, I'm trying to remember some more. We were nominated. There were so many great people, but I mean, again, just being nominated was a true honor. So we again extremely grateful. We are now considered award nominated podcast. Okay, award nominated podcast. So we had a great time. We had a great time. Great function. We later during the after we left from the award show, we all went out to the town, because we were like, we look too damn good right now. We were all looking fly, jump sharp, and we said, look, we gotta do something. So we hit the bar, and I don't even want to let y'all know what the bill was. It was yeah, it was high, but we had a great time. But geez, it was for me, had me some good old fashions and Manhattans. Don't ask me how many. Don't judge me. Be like, Arrington, did you say Manhattans and old fashions? Hell yes, I did. I was having a great time with my fam, and we all had we just all had a ball. And now then Sunday, which it's the holiday season. I've been extremely busy with work. I was gonna be heading to a good friend of mine. Shout out to Tanita Brinkley. She is a financial guru, personality. She's awesome. She's a good friend of mine. She's actually just had a soft opening for a new one of her. She has loads of businesses, man. She's a straight hustle queen, man. Just entrepreneur. She opened a new event space in Portsmouth, Virginia. I think luxury events, and it's beautiful. I was meant to go. I did. I just my schedule. I had a schedule conflict where I couldn't make it, but I just wanted to shout her out. And then later on that day, we were doing more production for the Full Package. As you know, I'm a part of the Full Package team. I serve as the one of the backstage hosts of that project, which is I'm extremely excited for when it's finished, when you guys get to see it. This is something really special and really big coming out of Hampton Roads, but really just something special that should be recognized to the rafters. Like this is going to be heard from of all around the world. It's so dope. It's a singing songwriting competition, and I'm not gonna speak too much about it because I don't want to ruin too much of the surprise. But it's something dope. So, long story short, your boy had a busy ass weekend. And it's the holiday season, and I have so many people in the family that have birthdays in December. Ugh, especially like close to Christmas. Ugh. I want to ask you guys, if someone has a birthday very close to Christmas, do y'all is that gift a joint gift? Is that like a birthday and a Christmas gift, or do y'all give them two separate gifts? Just curious. I might tweet that. Or exit. I'm gonna just keep on saying tweet. It sounds better. I'm gonna just tweet that a little later. But anyways, yeah. So we had that going on. So it's Monday. Okay, it's Monday. What do I have in store for you guys today? All right. So as you know, it's the holiday season. I'm in the holiday spirit right now. I've been listening to Christmas music. I've been watching my Hallmark Christmas Christmas movies. I haven't yet really finished my Christmas decorations. I've been slacking. My wife did a great job. She, decorated the inside of the house because we're actually hosting Christmas this year. So she decorated the inside of the house. I gotta do the outside. Been slacking. But yes, I've been watching my Christmas movies. I've been watching my Hallmark Christmas movies. Look, I would admit I'm corny for those. I watch those corny movies. Hallmark is the same concept every day, the same exact actors. I remember when I first started watching Hallmark, the only thing I always know is like, where the hell is the black people? Not a one. Where's the black people at? Here and there, I'll catch one or two, maybe just one, but their parts will be so bad. Like, hey, I'm the custodian of this high school, or I'm just this. They have major roles. So but I watch Hallmark. I've realized there was a lot of actors from like my nana's soap operas that she always tuned in. I'm like, hey, isn't that such and such from what? Isn't that? Yep, no. So yeah, I'm watching that, and the reason why I brought that up is because I'm in the holiday spirit. So recently on my radio show, I put up my top 10 Christmas movies, and I'll give you my top 10. I'll give you my top 10. Then I'll show a category of what Rotten Tomatoes they have their like top 100 Christmas movies to watch. So let me go ahead and if I can get my list out. Okay, all right. So number 1, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Now, forget about the order I have this in. I really don't have which one is number 1, but I just have this. This is my top 10. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation stars Chevy Chase. Extremely funny. If you're familiar with the National Lampoon's movie like series, then Christmas Vacation. Classic. I have to watch it during the Christmas season. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the live action, the Jim Carrey version. Everybody always have to say, hey, not the cartoon, the Jim Carrey version. A Christmas Story. Come on, Ralphie, you'll shoot your eye out. Classic. Home Alone 1 and 2. Now I put them in the same category because it's really hard to see which one. I think the first one might be my favorite. Is it's always hard because you bring up the question like, okay, is it cool to have like sequels in movies, right? Because you don't want to ruin the first one, and if the second one sucks, it's like, okay, just mess up the whole vibe for the series, or the first one was always the best one. How can you make a new one, right? So I think I don't know. It's like that second one it has some funny moments in that, but I'll just say Home Alone 1 and 2 same category. Santa Claus, the first one with Tim Allen. Last Holiday, starring LL Cool J and Queen Latifah. Now, people I think forget that this is actually a Christmas movie because it really doesn't focus too much on Christmas. The story is, hey, a lady has a medical thing that not medical thing. What am I trying to say? Like a false medical diagnosis that tells her, hey, look, you have like maybe 6 weeks to live, something like that, 3 weeks to live, something like that. And so she's like, well, I got 3 weeks. Well, I'm gonna live it up. I'm gonna live it up like it's no tomorrow. Literally, like she got all her money. She went to the finest hotel. She ended up doing everything that was on her bucket list. Amazing movie, amazing movie. I highly recommend it. But you people forget, at least I know I do. I forget, it's a Christmas movie because it happened during the holiday season. So I put up that this is an oldie right here, y'all. The Preacher's Wife. Woo! The Preacher's Wife. Now, The Preacher's Wife. Now, if you're in the black community and you don't know The Preacher's Wife, shame on you. I'm gonna take your black card just for the length of this show, and then I'll give it back to you. Okay. Um, starring Denzel Washington, Whitney Houston, and Courtney B. Vance. Now, this movie was so good. It was one of, I think, Whitney Houston's best films. I mean, she's a hell of an actress. I mean, Waiting to Exhale, The Bodyguard. Whitney was a powerhouse actress. But The Preacher's Wife was so great. She played the wife of a preacher, and they were having some marriage issues, right? You know, it's hard being the first lady of a church. Then the Lord sent an angel. That angel was Denzel Washington, and it was up to him to help bring this family together, make sure everybody's uplifted for the holidays, whatnot. And they did. It was an amazing movie. So The Preacher's Wife. If you haven't seen it, please look it up. Find some ways how you can watch it. I don't know if it's on Amazon or Netflix. There's so many streaming services. You have to check it out. I've already mentioned Hallmark movies. I really have a favorite one. I just said Hallmark movies, all of them. Almost Christmas. Now, this Christmas was the first movie. Like Almost Christmas and this Christmas to me are like the same damn movies. So this Christmas has starred like who was it? It was Regina King, Chris Brown, Loretta Devine, Columbus Short. There were so many stars in this film, and it was like old fashioned black family Christmas movie, right? The family had their issues. They come together for Christmas holidays. Turmoil happens, and it's just a great one. Everybody always loves to watch This Christmas. What used to bug me, actually bug my mom too, because my mom loves This Christmas. They used to play it like during the summertime on like BET. Like I'm like, why are you playing this movie during the summertime? It's not the holiday season. Stop it. You messed up the order. But that was a good one. But Almost Christmas, which is I prefer that one over This Christmas. Almost Christmas was more humor. The funny was very good. I think This Christmas was a little more drama. Almost Christmas was more funny than drama. So that one had Danny Glover, Monique, Gabrielle Union, Omar Epps, JB Smooth, Carrie Hilson. There were so many people. I'm trying to even think who was in my head, but it was such a good movie. It was actually a good movie. Monique had a great role. Of course, she was the jokes in it. Her and JB Smooth, I mean, great on TV. And you know how much I criticize Monique. She bugs me sometimes, but hey, I want to always see our people win. And she did an awesome job in that film. Let me see. Okay, lastly, Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way was starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. The two Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. This is one of Sinbad's great films right here. People forget about how great of an actor Sinbad was. He was an iconic comedic actor in Hollywood. I know he's been having some health issues lately, so definitely keeping that guy in our prayers because that dude is a legend. But that was a great movie. Jingle All the Way was about a man who was a workaholic, was trying to prove to his family that, hey, look, I'm gonna be better this Christmas. I got this, I got that. Wife says, you did get your son Woody asked for Christmas. It was this toy called Turbo Man, and he's like, I got the toy. Ends up not getting. He thinks it's like an easy fix. I just go to the store, pick it up, whatnot. Now Turbo Man is a very popular action figure that all the characters, all the stars are out there wanting. And he he runs out of time. He runs out of time, and so he's fighting throughout the whole movie trying to get Turbo Man. I think Sinbad ends up getting like the last one. Who's Sinbad is a what is he, post mailman, and it's a very funny movie. I'm not gonna give you the whole entire film, but it's a great movie. So that right there is my top list. Now let me go ahead and bring up do. See if I can bring up this Rotten Tomatoes. See if I can bring up this Rotten Tomatoes list that they have. Oh boy. All righty. So you have let me see, is it up there yet? There we go. There we go. Look at that. So they gave you the 100 Christmas movies of all times. Now, some of these, I'm not gonna lie, I did not even know even existed. Let me actually try to see if I can jazz that up a little more for you all. So some of these I didn't even know. Like all these old ones I'm skipping, these are like number one, number two. Now I don't know if this like if they're like based on how great it is. Now I've heard of Miracle on 34th Street. I have heard of Miracle on 34th Street. Haven't seen it. As you see, 1941, 1947. I ain't gonna be watching no movies in 1947. Now I'm a little biased because I have watched To Kill a Mockingbird, the movie. Very good movie. Nightmare Before Christmas. Never really watched that. Little Women. Not familiar with Little Women at all. Let me see here. Claus, didn't watch that. Carol, never heard of that. Die Hard. A lot of people say Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Now, it's more action. So I can't say like where does Christmas and action tie into play? Again, is it a Christmas movie just because they have a Christmas tree in the corner? Does that turn the whole film into a Christmas movie? Again, like I mentioned earlier about Last Holiday. Last Holiday was an amazing movie, but you almost forgot that it was a Christmas film because you were so tied into the girl's story. You're like, oh, this happened during the holiday season, so last holiday. It wasn't all that, but I mean, no, that was a great movie. But I'm just saying in general about what makes a film a Christmas film. So Die Hard is up there. Let's see, Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Never saw that. Back to Little Woman. Arthur Christmas. I think Arthur Christmas is pretty decent. This list is pretty stupid. Jingle Jangle is a Christmas journey. Did not watch that, but I have heard of it. Says here, okay, starred Forrest Whitaker, Keegan Michael Keel, Anika Nani Rose. Okay, Christmas Story at number 19. Okay, hey, look, y'all better have Christmas Story a little higher than that. Edward Scissorhand. I didn't know Edward Scissorhand was a Christmas movie. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Trading Places. Did not know that was a Christmas movie. That which I only seen bits and pieces of that. That was starring Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. I gotta look back on that one. Eddie Murphy does have a new Christmas movie out with him and Tracy Ellis Ross on Amazon Prime. Do not quote me on the name. I think it's but it's on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, check it out because I believe it's already out. This list is hogwash. They're awful. Okay, Elf is all right, decent. Batman Returns. See, they are so corny with these Christmas movies. They are so this really bugs me. This is gonna be a debate I'm gonna have to bring up with one of my bros who is an avid Christmas fan because this really is. I'm not happy with that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I mean, I just don't. I don't. I'm sorry. That's just all these movies are up here. Okay, Christmas Story, Christmas. I know that was the second sequel of Christmas. Bad Santa. Okay, raunchy, but a Christmas movie. I will say that was, and it was pretty funny too. Muppets Christmas Carol. Okay, Rotten Tomatoes, y'all got a rotten list. Let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. Raising my pressure up. This is ridiculous. Um, but that was the list that Rotten Tomatoes. This is a list of 100. I was at like 25, 70. I'm not going that far because I didn't like the way they had that list going. But I would say this. I hope that you all are gonna be having some, family tradition, or at least have a tradition during the holidays. Like, what do you do? Do you go out to are you team real tree or team artificial tree? Right? Do you go out and pick a tree out and get your chainsaw and all that stuff, or do you get artificial? Do you decorate, the week of Christmas or the week before? Like, what are some traditional treats and things like that? I'm just curious. So do me a favor, you can leave a comment on our YouTube channel during this episode. Our YouTube channel is R Smooth Club Media. You can also DM me on Instagram. Just give me your thoughts, or you can DM me at R Smooth Club Media, R underscore smooth underscore club underscore media. But that's just, I'm in the Christmas spirit, so I've always, I'm always looking for new, but I always still keep the old traditions. Let's see here. Okay, moving on to sports now. Moving on to sports. There is a feud going on between University of Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma State University. Now, let me pull this article up. This article shows a dead longhorn on the front lawn of a frat house at Texas, because I think they were having a game about to be played, and they took it a little too far. Let's be honest, they took it a little too far. Now, before y'all see this, it might be a little graphic. They have images. This is reported by TMZ, so give me a second to pull this article up for you all. And it shows, let me see, is it coming? There we go. So this is titled Texas. Oh, still coming on. Texas versus Oklahoma State. Dead longhorn found at Oklahoma State University's frat house. And it shows it, and I'll read more until it pops off the ground. A little bit of technical difficulty with that. But before the Big 12 title game, it showed a longhorn laying on a front house of a frat house at Oklahoma State University. It says here, a dead steer was found at a fraternity house near Oklahoma State University campus on Friday around 24 hours before the Cowboys and Texas Longhorns faced off in the Big 12 championship game. And now police are investigating this crime. Actually, guys, let me go ahead and take this. Because I think we're having some technical difficulties bringing that article up. No worries. But I'll just still read it here for you all while I have it. So yeah, let's see. According to J.D. Miles of CBS 11, the carcass was discovered around 6:30 a.m. in front of a farmhouse fraternity with its stomach cut open. The words "fu," well, the word "FFH," I guess that meant something. And let's see here. Were also written on the Longhorns side. Something graphic. Oh. As y'all know, I'm a businessman and it is the holiday season, so I have an amazing staff of people continue to work in the behind the scenes, because I record this in my office, and while I'm trying to open this is good television right here. You're like, what is Arrington doing? There we go. Ignore the little hand that's just stuck in here. But yeah, so I bring this up because I think, when it comes to sports is supposed to be like a time where, we enjoy ourselves. Yeah, we got a little competitiveness between, opposing teams, especially in universities. I think college sports crowds are more like in your face, more the tension is higher than I think the pros. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I think when it comes to collegiate crowds, man, and you're on the man, it is dangerous out there. You better come repping the same team, whatever the home field is and has home field advantage. You better come there supporting. But yeah, this probably was the Lord telling me, Arrington, do not show this up here for them to see. So I'm not showing y'all. But again, look it up. Reported by TMZ. Authorities have since removed the animal from the property, and while a motive hasn't been officially given, most believe the act is tied to the Ohio State University's huge Saturday game against University of Texas, whose mascot is a Longhorn. Duh. I mean, common sense, man. Are y'all really wasting time on like trying to find a motive if they're about to play the team like days away from playing the Texas Longhorns and of course they're gonna do that. So it's sad that they have to go to that extent to a sad animal had to lose his life for a freaking prank or just like kind of like a warning. Because what is the sign? Why they couldn't just get like a fake stuffed animal or something, right? Why they actually had to get a real life Longhorn animal? I mean, come on now, come on, grow up, people. But again, hey, this is the world we live in, y'all. This is the world we live in. Moving on to the final discussion, final story that I'm going to bring up. So last week, I believe it was Thursday or last Friday, Fox News hosted its first ever just debates, a series of debates. What they're doing is, I think it's called like Red versus Blue, and it's moderated by different personalities from Fox News. They just had their first one between Governor of California Gavin Newsom and the Governor of Florida Ron DeSantis, who is also right now a candidate for the President of the United States. He has a campaign going right now for President of the United States. So, which I thought was interesting because I'm like, okay, you have a lot going on, sir. I mean, are you doing this for practice, more practice? Because I'll just be honest, I've seen the last maybe two presidential debates, the Republican presidential debates, and Ron DeSantis has not been scoring high, y'all, in those debates. He was a wild card. He was a go-to contender before these debates happened or occurred, but since they've had these debates, he has been bombing. Numbers are dropping. What else? I mean, just a lot of his supporters are moving on to other candidates or moving to just Trump, who's leading in the polls right now. They have their final debate, Republican final debate, December 6th, which is, I believe, going to be this Wednesday, on News Nation. It's going to be moderated. I think I spoke about it before, by three ladies. Two of them, Elizabeth Vargas, who's a anchor on, she hosts a show on News Nation, and then also Megyn Kelly, who's a former Fox News personality. She's now on. She has a successful show on SiriusXM, Triumph, so she'll be representing SiriusXM on there. But yeah, Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom had a debate. It drew in about 4.75 million viewers. It was, to me, I saw clips of it, but it seemed like, hey, this is gonna be just to make the Republican governor look good, because you saw at a time where Sean Hannity, who was moderating this debate, was kind of going after Gavin Newsom, who is a Democratic governor. And I'm like, okay, to be a moderator, you're not here to bash him, you're here to moderate. Make sure the time is sharp. You ask the questions. That's the debates between the two governors. But a lot of people are saying, hey, Gavin Newsom held his own. He came in the lion's den because he came to Fox News, which is Fox News is a pretty conservative news network, news platform. I mean, you have Fox Nation, Fox Business, Fox News. Fox is one of the largest news outlets out there. And yeah, Gavin Newsom wasn't scared. He held his own, and a lot of people are saying DeSantis failed at this debate, so it ain't looking good for Ron. But I always like to throw in a little politics here on this program. I'm not going to extend this conversation. All I will say is make sure you tune into all your candidates, research them, go to their websites, read up what their issues are. We are now getting close. In 2024, it's going to be guns blazing, man. It's going to be a lot of candidates popping out of the woodworks. We, as of right now, we have our current president, Joe Biden, saying he's going to be running for re-election. There's a gentleman, I believe his name is like Dean Phillips. He's a congressman on the Democratic side. He's put his bid out there. You have Marianne Williamson, again on the Democratic ticket. Now, on the Republican side, there's currently, let's see, former UN ambassador and former governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley. You have Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida. You have Chris Christie, former governor of New Jersey. You have Donald Trump, who has yet to even participate in a debate. You have Vivek Ramaswamy, who's an entrepreneur. He's the youngest one there in the race, so he is still running. And I believe that is all of your Republican candidates. Now, in the third party, you actually have three individuals. You have Robert F. Kennedy, who was initially running as a Democrat. Then he moved on to the third party as an independent. You have Cornel West. He's a former professor of Princeton and Harvard. Very intelligent individual. He started off at the People's Party. Then he joined the Green Party. Now he's, as a full independent now. And then Jill Stein. Jill Stein is a two-time presidential nominee representing the Green Party. So you got a huge list of people in all different avenues, because a lot of people are considering third-party candidates, because right now with Trump leading in the polls as possibly the nominee for the Republican nominee, and then you have Joe Biden leading right now on the Democratic side. And a lot of people don't want to see the battle of the two old cats running again. So all I can say is, check it out. Tune into the Republican debate. I'm a news buff. I watch all sides of medias, but this is gonna be the last Republican debate. Check it out, see what you think. I'll probably have my good friend Mr. Conrad Chesventer on. He's big on politics as well. He's held some positions in politics, so I'll try and get him on, and we'll have a conversation. I might even get on his show, and we'll talk more about that. But until next time, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation here on the Arrington Gavin podcast. Again, this is presented by Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. Also, be sure to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast. So wherever you listen to your podcast at, please go ahead, type in R Smooth Club Media, and you can see all of our amazing content shows like the Arrington Gavin podcast, like In Your City, or my weekly radio show. That's you can listen to every Sundays at 12 p.m. on WNSB 91.1 FM, the Soul of VA. Also, my old show I used to do back in the past, our Smooth Club podcast. So a lot of great contents on there. Also, you can watch this podcast 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via YouTube. Our YouTube channel is R Smooth Club Media. You can also check it out on Facebook at R Smooth Club Podcast. You can also tune in. Let's see, where can you tune into? Oh, on Twitter as well. So multiple ways you can watch the show. So follow us on social medias. We truly appreciate that. I think that's all I got for you. That is all I got for y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I will see y'all on Wednesday. Peace and blessings. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. And I will see you next time here on the Arrington Gavin podcast. Now, hit my music.